this might seem like I'm harping on the point, but I feel like it really matters. The idea that Aaron Nola has not had two good starts in a row this season, two great starts in a row this season, is horrifying. Because when he goes into his slumps, he's in his slumps. He is really in his slumps. When he goes into his slumps, he is an awful pitcher. You can talk about, all right. Yes, innings eater. I am comparing a guy that's supposed to be a 1 or a 2 in the rotation to a guy that's hanging on to the rotation. A guy that's the 5th starter in a rotation should be a guy that you could at least consistently rely on to eat innings. That is not a brag for a guy like Aaron Nola. But yet, that's the best part about his starts this season, is that he eats innings. And yes, that's not nothing. That is still worthy of being a starting pitcher in Major League Baseball, especially nowadays. Just the fact that you eat innings consistently. But I don't just need you to show up for work. I need you to be productive. I don't need you just to work hard. I need you to work well. And yes, he's working hard. 6 innings, eating innings, that's great. In today's standard, that's eating innings. But in terms of going out there and having those 6, 7, 8 inning performances where you're only allowing 2 runs, at most 3 runs, he has not put those starts back to back at all this year. That is terrible for a guy like Aaron Nola. And I look at it from the perspective of, you have seen him go out there and have starts and have seasons really where he has just been a dominant pitcher, and he's gotten his name mentioned in the Cy Young voting. He's been a top 3 guy when it's come to the Cy Young. He has been a dominant pitcher. For the fact that he can't even put together a good month, that of all things is horrifying. I love that he eats innings. That's fantastic. But when you talk about his 19 starts, you talk about an 8-6 record, talk about a 4.39 ERA. This is on pace right now for his 3rd worst ERA of his career. And you look at seasons that he's had where he has just not been able to get the ship right. So look at his 2nd year in the league, 4.78 ERA. That was the worst of his career. Then he bounces back as a full run less the following year in 2017. Then 237 in 2018, 3rd in the Cy Young voting that year. Then it bumps up to 387, then 328, then 463, then 325 like it was last year. 7th in the Cy Young voting, 6th in the Cy Young voting last year. And then this year, 439. He fluctuates. And the reason I bring it up is because when he goes into a bad run, he stays in that bad run. The Phillies are just out of the wild card spot. They're not going to solidify a wild card spot with any comfort until Aaron Nola shows you consistency,